Yeah. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back to the Oddly Even podcast. I am the podcast host, JonMon, and a slew of other names. I look different, don't I? Look at it. I done sat down in somebody's chair, and they done gave me some brain. But listen. This is my 11th episode, and man, I don't care who's watching and who ain't watching. It's my 11th episode, and I'm staying on it. And they coming a little bit late because, you know what I'm saying, these are based on my availability, because I do have two jobs. You know, and one of my main jobs is PE teaching. That's my main career. My other job is being a superhero at night. All right. And I can't, my other job is actually a night job. You know, I work at the airport at night. So I'm tackling these as best as I can to get them out when I say I'm going to get them out. All right, but so if you still here, man, I appreciate it. If you've been here, if this is your first episode, dude, I appreciate it. If this your second episode, man, you the greatest. If this is your third episode, you should be a leader. If this is your fourth episode, you are someone who they need to stop doubting. If this is your fifth episode, let me tell you something. Couldn't nobody do it without you. If this is your sixth episode, I gotta make sure the numbers I'm saying. If this is your sixth episode, you better believe they gotta ask you first. If this is your seventh episode, everybody needs you. Everybody do. If this is your eighth episode, let me tell you something. Let me tell you two things, and one thing for sure is that if this is your eighth episode, you're the most important person in the world. And the thing about it is you know it a little bit. If this is your ninth episode, man, let me tell you, people couldn't go to bed without thinking about you. And if this is your 10th episode, you're the reason why a lot of people wake up. And if this is your 11th episode, hey, man, let me tell you something. 10. If this is your 11th episode, there is no way that this world was created for you not to be on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I just thought about all that, and then as I just said that, it hits me that I should say that for every episode, but I can't do that. I'm not gonna be able to do that for every episode. I hope y'all like that though. Again, this is JonMon, Oddly Even podcast. Just welcoming y'all back to my podcast, held down by me. I'm the host, producer, editor. I'm in charge of the content. I'm the writer. I'm the music person. That's all those are my beats that will play in between cuts or whatnot. Most of the commercials and things you see are people that I just know, and I know that they do a really good job, or they have really good service that they offer. So I don't know who you may be or who you may not be, but I hope that you find this information very useful. So anyway, man, let me tell you something about my business partner, Cervantes. Hey, we're moving up. We are definitely moving up. All right. Every little thing does something. You know, you ain't gotta have a bunch of big things, but you do need to have people that believe in you. All right. People that believe in you, and you gotta have people you believe in as well. You know, that's just like you need something to believe in. You need reasons. You need opportunities. You need more than things to do with just your physicalness. I hope that, I don't know who I felt that like I needed to say that to somebody. I hope that you don't think you just have things to do physically. Like you gotta find some work, some build, some mix, some make. No, you gotta do things with your mental too, and your spirit and things like that. That's why everybody be so sensitive these days about the people who they are around a lot. You know, in the last video, I said sometimes you need to switch up people you're around because they may be too used to you, or you might need to go around somebody that don't know who you are to get a refresher of who you are. So yeah, this is episode 11. Did I say that already? This is my 11th episode, Oddly Even podcast. it's just sharing views and creating conversation. We are counter. Let me see if y'all can read my sign that my business partner got for me. It says counterbalance the norm, to the normalcy. All right. Whichever way you think is normal, we may go the opposite way of that. And then at the end of the day, we just talking. All right, we just talking. Not just me. We just talking. My ideal. One of my ideal points about this whole podcast is to be able to just have conversation, to be able to invite conversation back to neighborhoods, to work, to gatherings, to people. The cell phone, and I can't even blame it on the cell phone, but people have just really gotten to the point where we can't conversate and disagree and agree on something or have our own way of thinking and our own thought because we either feel judged or some people are just too passionate about what they believe in. And they say it to the point where something's really like it offends too many people to just have these thoughts and these conversations. So I'm just saying that at some point, we need to just be able to just have regular conversation. I just know that when you see me do like this and look back, I just noticed I don't have my microphone on. So I'm going to use this as a time to take a quick break so I can put my microphone on. So I hope you heard everything I said. But just, quick break. I'll be right back. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody that said, hold on. Hey, do you know how to do anything? Do you know how to do something that you want other people to know that you know how to do? Let me know. I can tell people. Like right here is when I want to start putting in like advertisements or whatever. I won't charge you and you don't pay me. You know what I'm saying? It's just street networking. Basically word of mouth. I'm trying to be the mouth of your word. So if you know how to do, I know somebody that know how to just cut hot water on. All right, she know how to just cut her hot water. So that's somebody I know. You might just one day need hot water cut on. I know somebody that can shave pit bulls. No other dog. He can shave pit bulls, and he do it with a scissor. He do it with scissors and a needle and thread. I don't know what he's doing, but he can shave pit bulls. It don't even look like they lost any hair. So if you know how to do something and you want other people to know you know how to do it, let me know. All right. I'm trying to help. All right.
If you're looking for healthcare, free healthcare, you can always hit us up at benefits, benefits.com. It's a spot on that page where you can inquire about free healthcare if you need retirement or if you need any life insurance. We insure anybody, so pre-existing conditions, it doesn't matter. You can be HIV positive, you can have cancer, you can have any type of illness, and we will insure you. There's no underwriting, so no pre-existing conditions.
Okay. All right, guys, you heard.
All right, yeah, okay. You back. See, I got my microphone thing. I didn't buy that tonight. Use it. I bought it to use it. And if you can't even hear the difference in the audio quality, then thumbs up to me. That means I'm really doing something when I'm editing these videos. But yes, so appreciate y'all being here for my 11th episode. I am going to have guests popping in very, very soon. But like I said, I'm using this time as an opportunity for y'all to get to know me and for you to kind of just get a feel for my own sense of humor, my own sense of style, my own sense of talking, my way of thinking and things like that. Because because you never know. You never know nowadays. There may be a situation where someone who I interviewed may create a buzz or a viral moment, and it caused people to backtrack to really figure out who I am to talk to this type of person or whatever. And so this is just people to just be able to see who I am. That's how. All right, so we just had a phenomenon happen. Well, I don't even know if I can call it a phenomenon, but here in Texas, we were along the line. It's so much stuff. Here in Texas, we were along the lines to see the eclipse. All right, it was the full I don't know if it was solar or lunar, but basically the sun and the moon had gotten into a path of each other to the point where the sun was partially blocked uh, by the moon, I presume, and and then it got to the point where it showed like a ring. Now listen, now listen, now listen, now listen. I got to the point where I don't listen to the news that much no more, because it's the news have gotten like negative, and I much rather, if you got a lot of stuff about killing, robbing, stealing, and all this, give me something good too. You got to balance it. You can't just all be it ain't all that bad. Like I ever knew. But anyway, I totally was not. And maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe some of y'all were like that. I totally did not get into the whole hype of the eclipse because I've been in Texas before when they had eclipse, and like the whole moon never was covered. So that's all I could think about. Oh, they're just talking about the moon and all. Oh yeah, and then I remember at one point that's when I didn't even understand really too much about it. I was looking up, burning my eyes out and stuff. So as they was talking about it, I really wasn't even on the whole page of like, oh, okay, like really just getting all that hyped about it. However, my school where I work at, it was a whole like event. Like they had to get permission slips, and everybody brought glasses to go outside, this, that, and the other. So I was like, yeah, well, I want to go outside, because you could choose to either go outside or to be inside. So I said, I want to go outside, and I had my glasses on and all this and all that, and I'm gonna put a clip of the actual solar ring that I got to get, or that my phone captured when I was recording. It's done with one star. Look at that. Plane still flying. This is so cool. Huh? But while I was outside, I'm seeing, the kids is out there. I brought music. The kids was out there dancing. The teachers was out there mixing and talking, and it was one of those just feel good moments of just being outside, which we don't do too much often. It was pillows on the grass, laid back, and I'm one of them people that I think it's dirt, germ, bugs, and diseases everywhere, and I ain't gonna just lay on the grass. But it was people just laying on the grass, like I said, just hanging around talking. Then you start seeing like the is that a beam of light? Like if you just start seeing like the shadow thing, and then you couldn't look at it. So I had my glass looking up, and I'm like, oh, okay, see, and I was used to seeing that. I was used to just seeing a little bit of the sunblock, and I'm thinking that was it. And they're like, no, it's gonna do the whole thing. I'm like, the whole thing. They said, yeah, it's gonna block the whole. And man, it was one of those moments, for the good or for the bad, that you're saying to yourself, I'm happy I got to reference this. When I finally saw that like ring look with the black shape in the middle, and man, that it was just one, because then everything was dark around you. It was just like a weird feeling, but it was a good feeling, right? It was one of those. I don't think I've had a moment, and maybe that's what it is, and maybe this might make sense to you. I don't think I had a moment in my 41 years of living where I was like, wow, that happened while I was alive. You know what I'm saying? Because then, I mean, the biggest thing we could go back to are the bombs, Oklahoma City bombing. If I'm talking about the 80s kids, uh, huge drug cartels doing some weird, expensive stuff, getting caught for. Um, Everything else is kind of sad. The Michael Jackson, 9/11. You know, like the bombing, like it's a bunch of stuff that you just don't want to be like. I'm glad I was alive to be in this moment. Like not in that sense, in my opinion, but I felt like that. Like I felt like, oh, I was glad that I was able to be in this moment. And with me being a father of two boys, I was glad to be like, I'm a parent that can also go back and have this conversation with my sons about like a moment that's, because then it was like, it ain't gonna happen again for 300 something years. So it ain't like they finna see it in 2 weeks. So it ain't like, it ain't finna, because there's gonna be other eclipses, but it ain't supposed to be like that from what I've been told. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of them. It was my moment that I genuinely felt like, wow, I'm glad to be alive to witness this moment. To witness this moment. Now, I also know that, and it can't just be teachers. It was a lot of kids that just didn't understand. Worse than me. Ain't that a contradiction? That's crazy. There's a lot of kids that just didn't understand what the eclipse was all about at all. Like at all. Somebody said it was some kids out there talking about the sky is falling. I hurt myself. So if you ever see me rub my sides, because I hurt myself, and it hurts to laugh. But it was kids talking about the sky. Coach Montgomery, the sky's supposed to fall. I said, what? The sky's supposed to fall at about lunchtime. And I was like, this what? And it was that made me laugh for the longest. And then it was a kid, it was a kid talking about like God took a picture of everybody. It was just weird that they was making up so much of their own idea of what was going on, because they haven't even been told what an eclipse is about. Like they didn't even know. Can we stare at it? Can we look at it? And like, no, you ain't supposed to look at it. Look through the glasses. You know, you're gonna burn your eyes out. And then they walk, and the glasses is pitch black for just regular light, and you can only see it when that light is that strong from the sun. And they're putting it on, walking into each other and stuff. Well, it's so dark. Has it already started? And it was like, no, it ain't. It ain't started. So I don't know. I mean, as because I'm in the elementary school, so but still, I want to say I may not have knew everything about an eclipse, but I at least can say, and I don't know if this is me being a Channel 13 kid. How many PBS kids? Y'all are PBS kids, Sesame Street kids, and all this. Anywho, but I could have sworn I was introduced to that long before. Like I've heard of an eclipse before Mitsubishi made it an interesting car with all the bright skinned girls was driving. And I knew about an eclipse before Twilight, the movie. Like young. I don't even remember what age I remember. I don't know if it's the encyclopedia or what, but I remember the eclipse like being young. I couldn't just say that I knew, like I didn't know like there was a lunar and a solar and all these different terms for eclipse. But I knew that there's a point where the sun gets half blocked or start getting blocked, and that's an eclipse. I knew that. Kids did not know that. Kids did not know that. They were shocked. So if you got kids, what a good practice to do, and this is just an opinion, what I think a good practice to do when they come home is to just say, "What did you learn today?" You remember being asked that question when you was young. I don't care what kind of parents you had. This is real good. It's not alcohol. It's grape sparkling grapefruit water, soda water is what it said, and then it's strawberry lemonade, strawberry limeade mixed together. Man, that thing good. I'm trying to keep that cup down. I know you got to be saying he keep picking that cup up. That thing good. But yeah, I don't care what type of family you grew up in. If you had a real educated mom and dad, or if you had parents that was struggling from the lower class, trying to make it up, single parent or whatever the case may be, or raised by your granny, there was a certain point in time where they would be like, "What did you learn today?" Like when you come home from school, and that's them parents that don't want you to be at home when you get 18. They want to make sure you going somewhere for to do something. They want to make sure because they see you being a fool or something when you at home, would that be having them thinking like, what in the world? So when you come home from school, they say, what did you learn today? Did you learn something today? I remember being a kid. And, if my mom could talk about things I did, and people who know me think I used to be something now. I used to be something 5 years ago. I was something when I was young. But I just remember just doing stuff and have my mama look at me like, "What did you learn today? Did you learn anything today?" And yeah, I did, and I would be just sitting there just. I learned they don't get their pizza from Pizza Hut today. Like I'd be so off topic. My mom be like, "Move, Jack. Can I finish my podcast before you get over here trying to bother me? Okay, I appreciate it." That's my dog, Jack. Y'all. He having. I'm gonna go and show him since he having a fit. That's Jack. Yeah, he having a fit. But yeah, man. That's a good habit that we need to start back. Ask your child, what did you learn today? Okay, just what did you learn today? If they coming back saying nothing, then you need to be an alarm. Okay, they need to have one thing to say that they learned today. Cause or if they say I don't remember, you better tell them they need to go back, or not necessarily go back, but like you need to be alarmed. Your child should have something in their thoughts in their mind that they learn, or something brand new to them. It shouldn't just be with nope. We learned that 1+1 is 2, and then be like I learned that last year. Like we don't know something.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's rally around something special. Supporting our veterans and embracing local businesses this tax season. Choose Tax Boss Family, a veteran-owned and locally operated gym. Your financial journey matters, and so is supporting those who served. And here's the kicker. Tax Boss Family is offering up to a $6,000 cash advance on your refund. Now, that's something to salute. Mark your calendars because the last day to file for up to a $6,000 refund is March 17th, and Tax Boss Family is ready to navigate the financial terrain for you. Whether you're strolling through the clean mall or you prefer the convenience of online booking, Tax Boss Family's got you covered. Visit taxbossfamily.com to book your appointment or drop by our Killeen Mall location for a warm welcome. This tax season, let's make it count. Supporting our veterans, empowering local businesses, and securing your financial success with Tax Boss Family, because your taxes, your way, matter. Tax Boss Family, where you come in as a customer and leave as family.
You know what? This is my 11th podcast, and I'm so excited that I'm still doing this because it has. When I say it has turned into a full-time commitment, it has turned into a full-time commitment. But I enjoy it because it's therapeutic. So if you made it all the way to this point, man, I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'm getting better at keeping just the points of me myself very short. Right. But I hope that you enjoyed yourself. If there's anything that I said that you liked or whatever, I don't care what you do with the clip. You can keep the clip, create the clip, remix the clip, send the clip, cut the clip. I don't care. But just the fact that you're sharing it is network by itself. And I appreciate that. If you like it and you just want to come, send me a comment, man. I don't mind reading comments and all that other stuff. I am not the person to tell you to like and subscribe. You can make that decision yourself. If you want to come back, you know where I'm gonna be at on this Oddly Even podcast with your host, JonMon. Over and out. Make sure you make some sort of notification for yourself to tune in every Wednesday. That's every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I will be presenting a brand new episode, a brand new conversation, brand new topic, and a brand new person, hosted by me on this Oddly Even podcast. Every Wednesday, y'all. Remember, Wednesday,